Hello students, hello, how are you? So I hope you have gone through the last video in detail where we have discussed that if you want to find out the N factor of a given substance, then you have to first have an idea that whether that compound is acting as an acid, base, oxidizing, reducing agent, and so on. So in today's session, in today's video, we shall be discussing first the N factor for a given chemical species during a redox reaction during a redox reaction. So this is the topic of today's that first we want to find out the N factor of a given chemical species during a redox reaction. So during the redox reaction, for the species for which I wanted to find the N factor would either be acting as an oxidizing agent or as an reducing agent. So as simple as that. So as we proceed, you are going to get what I'm trying to say, and we shall be defining these N factor of oxidizing reducing agents in different cases. So I shall be passing this details in four, five, or six, seven cases. So today we will be first doing the case number one. So hope you would remain with me while the discussion of all these N factors. And now see here, what is the case number one? Case number one, I do take it this way that a compound or a salt or a chemical species, chemical species reacts in such a way that one element undergoes change in oxidation state change in oxidation state and goes to one product. So we are engaging, this is the first case. Now try to understand what I am trying to say, that एक ऐसा कंपाउंड या केमिकल स्पीसीज जो इस तरह से रिएक्ट कर रहा है कि उसमें एक एलिमेंट की ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट में चेंज हो रही है, और जिस एलिमेंट की ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट चेंज हो रही है वो एलिमेंट एक ही प्रोडक्ट में जा रहा है. So when I say this statement, what do I mean by it? Let me write it this way. Say for example, let me start with a very important compound of Freer's Levi is KMnO4. We tend to say it as potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate. So potassium permanganate, if you put this into water, it would exist as K positive and permanganate ion, aqueous. So if you go across its bonding structure, it is somewhat like this, where manganese is in +7 oxidation state. So it is quite a good oxidizing agent, KMnO4. So firstly, let me also pass into you that whatever compounds I'm going to pick first is quite important wherever I'm circling it out, because this is the part of +2 syllabi, and you would see this in transition elements or D block elements. And very soon you would be getting exclusive video on the topic of KMnO4. So here I am restricting myself to particular reaction. Now if I say that KMnO4, now try to understand, KMnO4 tend to go to Mn2 positive when you take this in acidic medium. If you take this KMnO4 in acidic medium, it has the tendency to change it into Mn2 positive. So now what first we have to identify here is that it is in +7 oxidation state and it is going to +2 oxidation state. So firstly you have to identify what type of reaction it is. So we will say it is going from +7 to +2. So that means there is decrease in oxidation state. So that means it is the reduction process happening. So this is acting as an oxidizing agent. And for that matter, if in case you don't know, if now this is again very interesting and intuitive way which you might not be knowing or maybe knowing it, that in case you don't have the understanding of what you call it as an oxidation state, still I can equip you to see whether a given reaction is reduction or oxidation. Now see here, how could you go for it? So the simple way is you just have to balance it out. You have to balance this. If you just want to balance it, so in hardly 2 minutes I can tell you that what is the best way to do the balancing. So what is the best way to do the balancing is balance all other elements, balance all other elements, all other elements except oxygen and hydrogen by hit and trial, hit and trial. ठीक है, तो सेकंड, उसके बाद आपने क्या करना है, with the yellow marker you have to balance oxygen atoms. Now oxygen atoms को कैसे बैलेंस करना है? By adding water to the site deficient in oxygen. Then you have to balance hydrogen atoms. Now how to balance the hydrogen atoms? So it is to be balanced with addition of H positive ions to the site deficient in hydrogen. And lastly you have to balance, let me change the color, let me write it this, balance the charge. चार्ज किससे बैलेंस करना है? बैलेंस द चार्ज with Shri Mr. Electron, because electron is to be given quite a good amount of regard, because whole of chemistry revolve around electrons. There is loss of electrons, gain of electron, sharing of electron, every part of the chemical bonding work around the electron. So I give lot of regard to this particular guy which we call it as electron. And now see here, and the good and bad part of the story is, fundamentally from the atomic structure point of view or from the quantum point of view, it is behaving like a wave, and other time it is behaving like a particle. So this is quite a naughty chap, but whole of chemistry revolve around this particular electron. So now in hardly 2 minutes I am going to tell you how to see, if you don't know the understanding of oxidation state, still you could I can make you I can equip you to handle the topic. So if, but the point is इतना पता होना चाहिए कि ये half reaction है. If it is you are conversant with what is half reaction, it would be clear in a minute's time. तो अब इसमें देखो क्या करना है. तो पहले तो बैलेंस करना है सभी एलिमेंट्स को अदर देन ऑक्सीजन एंड हाइड्रोजन. सो लीव असाइड ऑक्सीजन एंड हाइड्रोजन. सो देयर इज ऑक्सीजन हियर ऑन द रिएक्टेंट साइड. So what I do put here is there is one manganese. So there is one manganese here. So here also you have one manganese. So manganese atoms are balanced. Now second, you have to balance the oxygen atoms. So here on the reactant side you are having 4 oxygen. So on the product side you don't have any oxygen. So I put 4 water. As I said, water is to be added to a site deficient in oxygen atoms. Now once this has been done, now you have to balance what? Hydrogen atoms. So you have to balance the hydrogen atoms. So how could you do this balancing? Simply by adding H positive ions to the side deficient in hydrogen. So here you have 8 hydrogen atoms. So you could put 8 H positive ions here. So now once you did this part, what you are able to see is that the half reaction got balanced. This is perfectly balanced. Now the point is, what is not balanced is the charge. So here what you are able to see here is there is 1 negative, 8 positive. So this means plus 7 charge. On this side you have plus 2 charge of manganese. So now what you want is you want to make plus 2 equal to plus 7 or plus 7 equal to plus 2 with the help of electron. Now last part is quite important because सारा घूम फिर के electron पे आना है, so that is very important to understand. Now see here, till now I haven't defined n factor. Now I'm going to define once I write the electrons here. So now let me write it here. So what is it? It is, if I put 5 negative here, so it would become plus 2. So why I'm writing 5 negative here? Because this is electron. So what you are able to see is, while doing this, I haven't used a concept of oxidation state. Still I am managed to find the half reaction, whether it is reduction or oxidation. So what you are able to see here is what I should write it here, reduction, and this is what you call it as an oxidizing agent. Now the question is, what I just wanted to define here is that what is first case for which I am going to find the N factor. So the chemical species here is permanganate ion, which reacted in such a way that one element, which was that one element, this manganese underwent change in oxidation state and goes to one product. Which product? Mn2 positive. So if this is the case, then how to find the N factor? One way is, now let me define what is N factor now. Till now I haven't defined N factor. Now see what is N factor. N factor is the number of electrons lost or gained by per mole of reducing agent or oxidizing agent respectively. So the question is that it is quite easy if you see that it is not very tough part, but at times it becomes quite a confusing and challenging topic. So देखने में बहुत इजी लग रहा है that number of electrons lost by reducing agent or gained by oxidizing agent for per mole of it. एक मोल reducing agent का या oxidizing agent का कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट छोड़ रहा है और ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट गेन कर रहा है एक मोल उसका. सो हियर आई कुड सी आफ्टर द बैलेंसिंग आई विल से it is 1 mole of KMnO4 is eating up, or is it taking how many electrons? 5 moles of electrons. So if it is taking 5 moles of electrons, I would say the N factor for this is 5. Is it okay? N factor for this is 5. Is it clear? So it is, I think it is quite clear to all of you. Now once I write this way, then many of you have the viewpoint in your mind that in some coaching or in somewhere you people might have read this thing, that how to do the balancing, because here there comes a two terms, whether the reaction is undergoing acidic medium or in basic medium. Is it okay? So the point of interest is, or you could say it this way, most of the reaction, that's a different part, that if you engage any of these four steps, whether do you do the balancing in acidic medium or basic medium, the N factor tend to come to same value, that is 5 only. If you balance this reaction in basic medium also, you would get the 5 answer. But that is not a correct way, because in basic medium this reaction doesn't turn up to Mn2 positive. मैं कहना ये चाहता हूं कि रिएक्शन एसिडिक में हो या बेसिक में हो, अगर ये 4 पॉइंट से आप इसको N फैक्टर निकाल लेते हो, तो आंसर वुड बी N फैक्टर वुड बी correct. But at times that given reaction, so this reaction happens in acidic medium, it is not happening in basic medium. If you balance it in basic medium also, you would get 5 answer, as long as it manganese goes from +7 to +2. Now another thing, I will be doing the basic medium, that how to balance in basic medium, just give me a second. So now see here, another way to find the N factor if you have written the oxidation states is by doing this way. आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हो. This is another intuitive way I could tell you, that you have to take a mod and you have to pick that element whose oxidation state is changing. So here the manganese 7 positive, manganese is the species which is undergoing change in oxidation state, and during this, now what you have to identify, that this manganese is present in this ionic species. In this ionic species is made up of 1 manganese and 4 oxygen atoms. So I would say 1 mole of permanganate has 1 mole of manganese ion. So what is quite important to understand here is that 1 mole of permanganate is consisting of 1 manganese atom. So I should write 1 manganese atom is in +7 oxidation state, and that 1 would go to +2, isn't it? That, now this is quite important, this term is where I am putting 1, and you have to keep, during using this formula, you have to place negative sign here, and what you get answer is 2 here. Oh sorry, what I wrote. So what answer did you get is 5. So we will say the N factor for permanganate ion in acidic medium is fine. So here I haven't done a sort of balancing. I have ignored it. I did not balance it. So it is now your discretion whether you want to go this way or with the balancing. Both ways it is correct, but at times you would see in upcoming sessions that balancing is engaged or is required to see the N factor. Now that would come in the upcoming cases. So this is quite clear to all of you. Another thing regard to KMNO4, which is again another information which you should remember, that this KMNO4 also act as an oxidizing agent in basic medium also, but in basic medium it goes to, from permanganate it goes to manganate in basic medium. In basic medium I would also write it in strongly basic medium. So in strongly basic medium, it tend to go from +7 to +6. Here, if you want to do it with that whatever I just told you, that one, take a mod, one manganese in +7 went to, from one manganese goes to +6. So the N factor comes out to be 1. And if you go for by the balancing here, so balancing would also engage nothing here, because the first point is manganese is balanced, oxygen is also balanced, so only difference is the charge. So here you have one negative charge, here you have one negative charge, and here you have two negative charge. So as simple as that, to keep the charge balance I put one electron here, so the N factor here comes is 1. And another thing is this permanganate tend to act as again an oxidizing agent in a neutral medium. In a neutral medium it tend to go to MnO2, and we tend to say it as neutral medium, or I may also write it here as slightly alkaline or weakly alkaline, slightly alkaline. pH 7 से थोड़ा ऊपर पे अगर आप लोगे पर मैग्नेट आयन को, it want to change it into MnO2. Now see here. Now here comes the case where you have to engage the balancing in basic medium. Now say, now try to understand. There were how many points? 4 points we engaged. What first point was balance all other things other than oxygen and hydrogen. So manganese is one, manganese is one. So here second point is you have to balance the oxygen to have to add water to a site deficient in oxygen. तो कैसे करना है? इधर ऑक्सीजन 4 है, इधर 2 है, so you have to put 2 water here. So once you put 2 water, now oxygen got balanced. Now you have to balance the hydrogen atoms. So how to do the balancing in hydrogen atoms? So you have 4 hydrogen atoms, so I placed 4 H positive here. So everything got balanced. Now what about the charge? That the fourth point. What about the charge? So if you could see here, if I place the charge is how much? Minus plus 4, so it is plus 3. And here you have 0 charge, so you want to equate plus 3 equal to 0 with the help of Shri electron, Shri Mr. Electron. So what is the charge on electron? -1. So I should put -3 here so that it can become 0. So I placed 3 electrons here. So now see here, the reaction has balanced in the acidic medium itself. Now, but actually this reaction is occurring in slightly alkaline medium. So if it is acting in this reaction is occurring in slightly alkaline medium, then you have to engage basic medium. So basic medium means that I would now usko kaise balance karna hai? Whatever H positive you are seeing on the reactant or product side, just remove that with the help of OH negative. So I added 4 OH negative. So as soon as I added 4 OH negative, this has become 4 water. So just see, before the addition of OH negative, the reaction was balanced. Now you added 4 OH negative to remove out H positive. So if you have added 4 OH negative on the reactant side, you are supposed to add 4 OH negative on the product side also. So now what you are able to do is, now you have to cancel these water molecules. So here would you get the 2. So the net reaction turn up to permanganate ion takes, if you could see here, 2 water molecules plus 3 electrons and changes to MnO2 along with 4 OH negative. So during the course of this particular half reaction, this species, the n factor for this would be how much? 3. That 1 mole of it is taking 2 electrons. So here this is the first case, and this case has to be remembered as ban 153. आपको ban करना पड़ेगा ban 153. So what does it mean? That KMNO4 in basic medium turns to MnO4 2 negative, in acidic medium Mn2 positive, in the neutral or slightly alkaline medium it is MnO2. So that means here the n factor was 1, here the n factor was 5, and here the n factor is 3. So now you could see that in the equivalent concept, wherever you are going to use it, equivalent weight of KMNO4, if somebody asks you, now if somebody is going to ask you the n factor of KMNO4, you cannot answer it till the time you don't see the reaction. And this is in your syllabi. If you are competing for IIT Advanced, JEE Mains or NEET examination, this particular compound is in our syllabi. So you have to remember that in which medium it goes to which product. So equivalent weight of KMNO4 then tend to become, it can be m by equivalent weight is molecular weight upon n factor. So it can be m by 1, it can be m by 5, it can be m by 3. So the equivalent weight is how much it is? Molecular weight upon n factor. So I think now this is the case number 1, where what, let me take few more examples to explain the case number 1. So now let's see, if you have this particular case which we just have dealt with, oxalic acid changes to carbon dioxide. Paper में सिर्फ इतना दिया होगा. So you have to see first that the oxidation state is carbon plus 3, this is plus 4. So this is one atom of carbon which is converting to carbon 4 positive. So during this course, during this half reaction, what you are able to see that one element is undergoing change in oxidation state and goes to one product. So one way to do is without balancing is that आपको ये देखना है जिस एलिमेंट की ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट चेंज हो रही है वो एलिमेंट उस कंपाउंड में उसके कितने एटम्स हैं, उसके एक मोल में कितने मोल्स ऑफ एटम्स हैं. सो यू हैव टेक ए मॉड, पुट ए नेगेटिव साइन हियर. So 1 mole of this oxalic acid is containing 2 moles of carbon atoms. So if it is containing 2 moles of carbon atom, during the course of reaction, this 2 would reach here also. Because when you balance it out, 2 has to come here because carbon तो दोनों तरफ बराबर ही होंगे. Because conservation of atom है, because atoms are conserved during the course of the reaction. So now see here. So carbon is in plus 3 oxidation state and here it is in plus 4 oxidation state. So what if you take a mod? Again, I'm saying you have to take a mod. So the answer comes out to be 2. So the n factor for oxalic acid, if this oxalic acid goes to carbon dioxide, is 2. Another way is that you could balance it out. Now, if you want to balance it out, there were 4 points which sir has told you. Simply in hardly in few minutes, you are able to see it. That how do balance it. अब देखिए कैसे बैलेंस करना है इसको. Leaving aside oxygen and hydrogen, balance all other elements. So there is 2 carbon atoms, so I place 2 carbon atoms. So first point is done. So second point is in regard to the water. So how many oxygen you have on the product side, reactant side? 4. On the reactant side also is 4. So second point is also done. Third point is you don't have any hydrogen on the product side, but you have 2 hydrogens on the reactant side. So I should place 2 H positive here. So the third point is also done. Last part is you have to balance the charge. Now what about the charge? So here you have 2 positive charge, here you have 0 charge. So charge has to be balanced with Mr. Electron. और Mr. Electron पे कितना charge है? -1. So you could place how many electrons here? You have to place 2 electrons here. If you place 2 electrons, this becomes 0. So we will say now this oxalic acid is acting as a reducing agent because it underwent loss of electrons. So the n factor for this would be how much? It would be 2. So there are lot many examples. Now let me take one more example, which is quite important one in your syllabi, is potassium dichromate. This is also a very important oxidizing agent and very important compound of +2 syllabi of D block. And I shall be soon passing you details of this particular also compound in detail in on upcoming videos. So potassium dichromate tend to exist as dichromate ion, and in dichromate ion have the tendency to act as an oxidizing agent in acidic medium. So in acidic medium, it tend to change into chromium 3 positive. Chromium 3 positive. So if it goes to chromium 3 positive, one way is without balancing, you have to simply see that take a mod, put a negative sign here, and you have to engage that 1 mole of this species is containing 2 moles of chromium. And that chromium is only the element which is undergoing change in oxidation state, because it is going from +6 to +3. So one element underwent change in oxidation state and goes to one product. So this 2 has to come here, and this is +6 and this is +3. So the answer comes out to be 6. So the n factor for this is 6. Another way is that you simply have to do the balancing part. So if you are interested to do with the balancing part, you have to simply first, rule number 1, leaving aside oxygen and hydrogen, so there are 2 chromiums, you put 2 chromium here. Now the first point is clear, first point is done with. Second point was you have to add water to a site deficient in oxygen, so you have 7 oxygen, so you just place 7 water molecules here. So once 7 water molecules have been added, you have to place the balancing of hydrogen atoms. So how many hydrogen atoms you have on this side? 14. So I placed 14 H positive here. So this part this part is clear. Now what you are supposed to do here in this case is the balancing of the charge with Mr. Electron. So here you have how much of charge? -2 plus 14, that is +12. On this side you have +6. So you want to balance the charge with the help of electron. So you have to place 6 electron. If you place -6, this becomes +6. So that means the n factor is 6. So you could go with the balancing also. So I think this point is clear. Another one more point I could take is this also is a very important compound of your syllabi. This is called as um, thiosulfate ion. Thiosulfate ion. So this also is derived from this particular compound, which we call it as hypo. This is its trade name or commercial name or common name. We call it, let me write it once again. This is called as hypo, or you popularly say it as sodium thiosulfate. So sodium thiosulfate, if during the reaction goes to this compound, this is called as tetrathionate ion. So details of this particular species is very much given in the video of oxidation state. So you could refer to that one. So here the thiosulfate, the sulfur is in +2 oxidation state and this is in +2.5. So as simple as that. So if you want to find the n factor, so you have to take a mod, and you have 2 atoms of sulfur which is in +2. That 2 atoms would reach to +2.5, +2.5, and you have to take into account the mod. This is mod, and here you placed minus, so the answer comes out to be 1. So the n factor is 1. So if you want to do this particular problem with the balancing, so what has to be done? So you go from this side to this side. Now if you are interested to do it with balancing, so first you have to balance all other elements apart from oxygen and hydrogen. So sulfur are 2, so I place 2 sulfur here, 2 moles of sulfur, because here on this side sulfur are 4, so here you have 4 sulfur. Now what you are able to see is that here you have 4 negative charge, here you have 2 negative charge. So you have to balance it with the, because oxygens are already balanced, so you could place 2 electrons here. So if I put 2 electrons here, so what I would say, now here comes a silly mistake which generally people do is, if I say it this way, that what is the silly mistake people tend to do here is that if somebody asks you what is the n factor of thiosulfate, so they people tend to say it as 2. No, the n factor here is 1. Why? What is n factor? N factor is number of electrons lost, in this particular case, number of electrons lost divided by number of moles taken. So you took 2 moles to balance it out, and how many electrons you have lost? 2. 2 moles are losing 2 electrons. So per mole, because n factor is defined for the per mole. So in upcoming videos, we shall be discussing on the case number 1. Why I placed this as in the case number 1? Because that one sulfur which is in plus 2 is going to plus 2.5. And for that matter, you can do this question also, that if thiosulfate ion is there, it is going to sulfate, then what is its n factor? You can also see into it. So there are lot many questions which you can engage with, that if you have nitrate ion, if it goes to NO, nitrate ion if it goes to NO2. So one element undergoing change in oxidation state and goes to one product in case. So plus 4, plus 2 and so on. What are the n factors of these species? Now coming across to the second case, which is again a quite interesting one. Second case would be the case of, let me put one more slide here. Now this is again quite engaging. Case number 2. So here we will say a compound or a salt or a chemical species reacts in such a way that one element undergoes change in oxidation state but goes to more than one product. This is quite interesting, that here one element is going to undergo change in oxidation state but goes to more than one product. So what does it mean? Now see, for example, if I say you have manganese, say for example plus 7, and this goes to Mn2 positive as well as with Mn4 positive. This type of situation is there, that this manganese Mn7 positive goes to Mn2 positive and Mn4 positive in during some reaction. So here, as I told in the case 1, that at times you have to do the balancing, then only you can get to know what is the n factor. Now see here, in this case, till the time if somebody asks you what is the n factor of this species, you cannot answer it till the time you don't know how much of this manganese has went to Mn2 positive and Mn4 positive. इसमें से कितना मैंग, because this species is going this side also as well as this side also. So now if I say 3 moles here, still you cannot answer it till the time you don't know that how many moles of out of these 3 moles, how many have gone to Mn2 positive and how many have gone to Mn4 positive. So this is again a very interesting case, that say for example here if I put 2, now it is perfectly balanced, that in terms of the number of atoms it is 3 manganese, here 2 and 1, so manganese atoms are equal. So if I put 2 here, then also it is okay, but in both the cases the n factor would be different. Both the cases n factor would be different. How? Let us see here. So what I should write it here, that everything is balanced in terms of the atoms, but here the charge is 21. Here what is the charge? Plus 4 and plus 4, that is plus 8. So that means to keep the charge balanced, I have to put here how many electrons? 8 and 13 is 21. So if I put 13 electron here, so minus 13, so then it would become equal to plus 8. So that means 3 moles of manganese 7 positive, if takes 13 electrons, this will reach to this side. 2 moles of Mn2 positive and 1 mole of Mn4 positive. So now the question is, what is its n factor? What is its n factor? So n factor would not be 13 here, it would be 13 by 3. Why? Because n factor has to be defined for per mole. That 3 moles of manganese 7 positive are gaining 13 electron during this course of reaction. Did you get it? So the n factor would be 13 by 3. And for same Mn7 positive, in next case would be the different answer, because again it is 21, no doubt about it. This is plus 2 and this is plus 8. So it becomes plus 10. So here you have plus 21. So I should place how many electrons? 10 electrons here. So if I, sorry, 11 electrons here. So I should place 11 electrons here. If I put minus 11, so this would become plus 10. So the charge get balanced. So here we would say the n factor for Mn7 positive would be how much? 11 by 3, because 3 moles of it are gaining 11 electrons. So to make it more understandable, let me take one more example here to explain the case number 2. So just like say for example, if I take a case, okay, let me take the case which we have taken in the last slide also, this one. Say for example, this is the case. Let me write the complete redox reaction. This is an interesting case. Now with the understanding of this case, you are able to see how case 1 and case 2, in this particular problem, case 1 and case 2 both are both you are able to visualize. Now how? So this is in plus 4, this is in plus 2. So one element underwent change in oxidation state and goes to one product, so this would be engaged as case number 1, because one element is undergoing change in oxidation state and goes to one product, that is MnCl2. Now here what you are able to see is this chlorine is in -1 oxidation state. Here in this the chlorine is -1, here it is 0. So what you are able to see, this chlorine is going to this product as well as this product. So you can say this is case number 2. And the interesting part is, because this HCl which is providing Cl negative to the two products during this reaction, now till the time you don't know that how much of this Cl negative is going to this one and to this one, you cannot find its n factor. इसका n factor निकल जाएगा, because why? Because there is uh, MnO where it is in plus 4 oxidation state and it is going to Mn2 positive. Mn2 positive. So there is one manganese, n factor could be found, one manganese which is in plus 4 oxidation state, and that one manganese is going to plus 2. So that means it has the n factor 2. That what does it mean? Or you can do it with balancing also, that the n factor for this as an oxidizing agent, because it is underwent reduction, so n factor is 2. Now the question is that this is case number 1, that one element underwent change in oxidation state and goes to one product. Now as long as you don't balance this reaction, you cannot get the clear picture of n factor of HCl, because now here I would advise you, to all of you, that if in case you find some reaction and in spite of going into the breakage of that reaction, then balancing it half, that is nothing wrong in it, that is perfectly right. But my suggestion would be, at times if you simply see a reaction and just do the hit and trial, because ultimately you have to balance the reaction. And if you do the hit and trial method, simply if I place 4 here and 2 here, it got balanced. I just have seen that chlorine are 4 on the product side, I just put 4 here and it got simply balanced. If there is no, फिर उसपे किसी पंगे में जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है कि उसको हाफ रिएक्शन करो फिर बैलेंस करो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का एक्सचेंज देखो, there is no point discussing that. So at times at in some cases it could be easily assessed. So जहां पर easily assess हो जाए उसमें hit and try लगा लो. Now let us see what actually we did. So you have 4 HCl ions which are going to MnCl2 as well as Cl2. So in nutshell, you have 4 Cl negative ions. And these 4 Cl negative ions, what is their fate? 2 Cl negative, 2 chlorine atoms are in -1 oxidation state in this case, and 2 chlorine atoms have changed their oxidation state to 0. Did you get this? That 4 Cl negative went to 2 Cl negative. This came from this one and this came from this one. So the oxidation state of 4 chlorine atoms, out of the 4 chlorine atoms, only 2 chloride ions underwent change in oxidation state and have oxidized. So how to balance it? Because you have 4 negative here, 2 negative here, so I just put 2 electrons here, so it got balanced. So I would say now the n factor of Cl negative, or for that matter Cl negative came from HCl, is in this case is how much? Number of electrons lost divided by number of moles taken. So number of moles taken are 4 and number of electrons lost is 2, that is half. So the n factor of HCl, to many of you would be surprising that many of time you people say it as HCl has to be an acid, and here also it is behaving, it is not actually behaving as an acid, because H positive have H oxidation state of H positive haven't changed. So what we are trying to say is n factor here is half, and in this case the n factor here is 2. So here it is behaving like an oxidizing agent, and this is behaving like an reducing agent. There are other details into this reaction if I engage in the in terms of acidity, so that would take the reaction to a different domain. First I just want to consolidate in terms of n factor. Now another beautiful thing which you have seen in this case, that this MnO2 reacted with 4HCl to form MnCl2 and Cl2 and 2 water. Now another important point which you could see here, that here another viewpoint, n factor for this particular species came out to be 2 as an oxidizing agent, and n factor for this is half as an reducing agent. Now another thing which you could engage here is, what actually do I mean by it? That n factor of MnO2 is 2, that means it is gained 2 electrons, and 4HCl has lost how many electrons? If it is gained, if it is gaining 2 electrons, so somebody is losing losing 2 electrons. So 1 mole of HCl is losing half electron. So 1 mole HCl का half mole of electrons lose कर रहा है. So how many moles of HCl do I require so that MnO2 can get 2 moles of electrons? So I have to multiply this half into 2, this half into 4, to get the answer equal to 2, isn't it? So what I'm trying to say is that if n factor of MnO2 upon, if I take the ratio, this ratio is how much? 2 upon 1 by 2, that is 4 by 1. So now what you are able to see is that if you know the ratio of n factors, whatever ratio of n factors you would get, reciprocal of that ratio would be the stoichiometric coefficient ratio of the balanced equation of that particular reaction. So what I'm trying to say is that the n factor ratio came in terms of 4 is to 1. The stoichiometric ratio came out reverse, that is 1 is to 4 of the balanced chemical equation. So we can conclude here is one thing for sure, that if you know the n factor of the ratio of n factor of reducing agent to oxidizing agent, if is x is to y, then their stoichiometric coefficients stoichiometric coefficients in balanced equation must be in y is to x. So this is very interesting point. This would be applicable for any given redox reaction, that if you know the stoichiometric coefficients of reducing and oxidizing agent, then you can also find the n factor. Vice versa, if you know the n factor ratio, you can find the, now make it a point, I said it is as to be ratio, that is very important to remember. Now let me bring in one more case, then we will push on to the next case, which is again very interesting. That if, say for example, you have this case, potassium dichromate treated with HCl, and during the course of reaction you get this compound and water. Now these are the products which we are given, and now if you are wanting to find out, this is in +6, this is in +3. So one element underwent change in oxidation state goes to one product, so you can say it as to be case number 1. But parallelly what you are able to see that this Cl negative is going to KCl also, to CrCl3 also, to chlorine also. So this 14C, this Cl negative ions are going to uh, this as -1, this as -1, this as 0. So it is going to more than one product. So this could be said as case number 2. So now to do the balancing, I just want to sum up the things. So you would put 14 here, so you get 2, this also 2, this would be 3. So what we are saying, you have 14 Cl negative which are going to 2 Cl negative of KCl plus 6 Cl negative of CrCl3, and there are 6 Cl which is in zero oxidation state. So in these two, 8 Cl negative haven't changed their oxidation state. Only the 6 Cl negative has underwent change in oxidation state. Now to balance it out, it would be 6 electrons here. So what you are able to see here is, if you wanting to find out the n factor here, so the n factor would be 6 by 14. For that matter, it is 3 by 7. So the n factor here is in 6 is to 14 ratio. And now if you could see that the n factor of this particular compound, this is the case number 1, there is 2 chromium in +6. That 2 chromium when changes to +3, the n factor would come out to be 6. So what you are able to see here is that the n factor of K2Cr2O7, which already we have done, to that of HCl is in the ratio 6 upon 6 upon 14. So that is 14 is to 1. So you could also see here that if you know the n factor ratio, without doing the balancing, you could find the stoichiometric coefficient ratio of that particular oxidizing and reducing agent during the course of the reaction. So this is another case which we have just done, that if one element underwent change in oxidation state and is going to different products. So in upcoming videos, you would see some other cases. That would be the case number 3. I may just for the curiosity, I would just pass it to you what the other case would look like. That then in that case, more than one elements are going to change in oxidation state. More than one elements are going to change in oxidation state and are obviously going to different products or to same product. So there would come another cases. So hope you have understood this particular session in detail, and we shall be coming up with the upcoming video where next cases would also be explained. So thanks a lot, and thanks for watching, and do subscribe to my channel so that you could get the latest notification on the latest video which I am passing it to you on different topics. Thanks a lot.